Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back today with my fall favorites. So I want to share with you guys some clothing pieces that I've been loving this season, as well as some shoes, some bags, or I guess one bag, and coffee. So let's get right into it. The very first item I want to talk about is this cardigan from Khaite. You guys might remember this from my New York haul, but this is a cardigan that's been around for a couple years now. This is the Scarlet cardigan in this taupe shade, and I went with size double extra small. This piece to me is like what fall season is all about. It's not a trendy piece, and it's a very high quality item that I can just always have in my wardrobe for years to come. I personally like this cardigan like all buttoned up instead of having it like open. I love pairing this with like a leather skirt or any leather pieces in general. I always love that juxtaposition of like knitwear leather, and I tend to go a little bit more neutral like in terms of my outfits in the fall and winter season versus like spring and summer. So I find myself reaching for like colors like this, like a nice taupey gray, nice cream brown. It's a very casual piece, but you can also dress it up a little bit. It is one of the thickest knitwear that I have in my wardrobe. I believe this is 100% cashmere, but normally like any cashmere knitwear that I have, they're never this thick. Like when you touch this in person, it is so much thicker than you think. And you guys know how much I love the silhouette. It really just goes in on your waist, so it's a very feminine look, and it has these extra long sleeves that really just give you that cozy look. And that's part of the reason why I went with double extra small, because I didn't want this piece to be like overwhelmingly oversized. I wanted to be just right, and extra small was a little too big, and the sleeves on that one were like way too long, so that was kind of like on that overwhelmingly oversized look. Another jacket I want to mention is this faux suede brown crop trench jacket that I got from Fabri. You guys might recognize this from my recent videos because I have been wearing this quite a bit. This piece, along with my Khaite cardigan, screams fall, doesn't it? It is basically everything we love for the fall season. It's brown, it's suede, it's a trench jacket. I mean, like, it's like a trifecta. This jacket is also faux suede, so it is not as heavy as like a real suede jacket would be. And it's also like a fraction of the price, but it does give you that suede look. I like to think of this jacket as like a hybrid of like a biker jacket and a crop trench because it has all those elements. You can see the flap in the back, the buckles on the sleeves, and it also comes with a belt. So just like a biker jacket, you would put this belt along the bottom of this jacket, but that gives it a very like oversized, like relaxed look. So what I like to do is just button everything up here. I just take this belt and wrap it around my waist like a waist belt. This, you can see, is also made out of the same fabric, and it has all these holes, so it really gives you that biker like trench look. I just personally like to wear this jacket like that, all buttoned up and then just cinch in the waist. This color brown is also like a true chocolatey brown. Like, it is so delicious. I feel like brown suede jackets have been really trendy this season, like especially this year for some reason. But if you think about it, it's nothing new. It's brown suede jacket. So I feel like they're very classic enough. It is something that will be able to like stand the test of time. Next, I have my favorite handbag of the season. This is a bag that I've been wearing non-stop. It pairs so beautifully with the jackets that I just showed you, and it is my Python Peekaboo from Fendi. This is the lighter one that I have with this cream background with almost like this dark grayish brown. I feel like I talked about this bag like a little too much, especially last year, but you guys know how much I love this bag. The amount of videos I have on this bag is like so crazy. I always say this is my favorite peekaboo. It needs to be in this mini size, the puffy one, not the petite one where it's like more structured and smaller than this. Your phone doesn't even go in that one. So this is my favorite size, and this, to be honest with you, is still like one of my all-time favorite bags. It is just perfect. It really is. The scales, yes, like you definitely hear it a little bit more, but depending on like the color and like the finish of their Python bags, they're all different. Because you know how I also have this other one? They have like a different finish. This one feels a little bit more matte, whereas my other one has this like shiny coat. So they're a little bit different. But anyways, because it's an exotic bag, even if you were to get this in the same color, the pattern is going to be different. Every bag is unique, and I think that's one of the best things about this bag. It also comes with a matching strap, but I never really use it. I always prefer a top handle, and also because of the scales, I don't like to have this bag and like just throw it as like a crossbody, because then the scales might really like rub against your clothes, and you're just a little bit more careful when you like hold it like this. But let me show you. This Khaite Scarlet cardigan is back. So this cardigan and this bag, so you get like an idea, right? And then this also works, right? It's beautiful, and I think it's mainly because of all of them being kind of like a neutral shade. And one of the things that I always keep in mind when I like put together an outfit in the fall and winter season is the texture, like incorporating different kinds of textures within the outfit so it doesn't look so flat and it's a lot more interesting. So there's suede, there's knit, like cashmere. I mean, this bag in general has that python scales, which adds a ton of texture. It also has the snake print, which adds another layer of texture. And oh, like now that I mentioned snake print, I think this is also another thing that's so big in like the fall season. So this has been my go-to bag of the season. And then I have two shoes to share with you. And the first one is rather new in my wardrobe, but I really have been wearing this non-stop. You might have guessed it, but it is the Jenna boots from Hermes. I already got compliments on this, you guys. This is truly a workhorse shoe that's been missing in my wardrobe. A pair of black ankle boots that you can always rely on is so huge. Even though we're talking about fall favorites, I feel like it's winter already because it gets so dark now. So the lighting is going crazy. Like I look gray, don't I? I mean, I am wearing all black, but still. But adding more black to the frame, these boots have been incredible. Even though they're not a full leather piece, they have quickly become like one of my favorite shoes for the fall season. You can see a little bit better, right? So these are a sock boot, not all leather. It has this like cable knit detail. So it gives you that like cozy vibe, but because it's a black boot, you can't really see it. It's very subtle, and you can see the elastic band here. So it really hugs your ankle and gives you that streamlined look, which was really big for me. I didn't want any boots that were going to be like too big, so I love how they give you that clean look, but it's not tight, so it makes it very comfortable. And speaking of comfort, these are actually really comfortable. I was walking around in these for like a couple of hours and my feet did not hurt whatsoever. There's so much like stability. You can definitely feel it when you wear these shoes. You can see this block heel, but you know not all block heeled like shoes are comfortable, but these, when you put them on and like just start walking around, like you feel stable. So I was really happy to like feel that quality. It also has these like leather trim, you can see right here. It's really cute. And then one of my favorite parts is the actual like sole. Luckily they're not like too dirty, so I can show you, but it's a horseshoe. So on brand, so cute. So yeah, these have been my favorite shoe as of late. But honestly, you can't forget about the next pair of shoes, which are my jumping boots, also from Hermes. This one I got in the beginning of the year. When did I get them? Like springtime, I think. This one is full leather, so you're starting to see a bit of that mold. It also has the Kelly buckle. I mean, the jumping boots I feel like are one of the most like classic items from Hermes. I think you either love them or hate them, and I am definitely on the love side, of course. I know this buckle is supposed to be like on the side, but honestly when you start walking, or at least for me, they always end up in the front. So sometimes when I like see myself in the mirror, I have to like twist it back. The one I have is the classic one, but I heard they also have like a shorter version and a wider version. I'm not entirely sure, but this is just like the plain like simple one. It's still so crazy to me that these boots don't have like any zippers. You can see there's like nothing around. You just take it off and like shove your feet back in, but it's not a struggle every time. It's still very easy to like get in and out of. And considering that the width of the boot isn't even that like wide either, because I hate like chunky boots. I feel like they can like make you look even shorter. These are pretty sleek and like streamlined, so I just love the quality of them. But I will say, I feel like I should have sized up maybe like half a size up, because it's always this foot. If I walk around like for too long in these, this foot starts hurting because I could feel my toes getting like all like squished. I never have any issues with one of my feet, but it's always this foot. But it's like that with like so many of my shoes anyway, so I don't think it has anything to do with these boots. This is definitely one of those items that I always kind of like keep my eye out for. I want to see like other variations, like anything else that pique my interest. I honestly love how these boots don't have a heel. I know they did that in the past, which I really love, but sometimes you just gotta have a little bit more casual, like a true riding boot, just something a bit more casual like this. Next, we have coffee, which might be the most important thing out of this whole list of items. I always make coffee at home, and if my coffee is perfect that morning, I know I'm off to a good start. This has been my favorite coffee, and if you live in the States where you have Williams-Sonoma, please go get it or order it from their website. You guys might have seen it in my vlogs. I just went through like a whole can of this, so I just went back last weekend and then grabbed 2 more. Let me see if this is the one. Okay, so this is the one that I'm currently drinking. This is after making like 2 big rounds of coffee, and this is the new one, so unopened, so I can actually show you guys what it looks like. It looks like this, like a can of tomatoes. So you just like open this up. Oh, I didn't even tell you, this is the salted caramel one. Please go get this. They have like a whole range. It looks like a rainbow, and I started off with the pumpkin spice one like 2 months ago. It was good, but honestly, like pumpkin spice isn't really my favorite thing. I prefer more of that like holiday, like winter drinks. So I decided to try this out, salted caramel, and honestly, I can even smell it right now. It tastes literally like salted caramel. It is so good. If the coffee is like the slightest bit sour, I hate it, but this one is just perfection. You can smell the salted caramel flavor. You actually taste it in the coffee. It is so good. You guys have to try this, but I do go through this like really fast. It's so nutty. It's like the perfect caramel. This one is more of that nutty caramel, if that makes sense. Please go try this. I'm gonna end this video with one beauty item, and it is something that I've been loving for many months now. It is this body oil from BR. Right now I have this one, the Dermotonique, but I did use the Détente before. I think that was my very first one. But here's the thing, they are so hard to find, you guys. In terms of like body oils, I think BR has maybe like 5 or 6. Like, don't quote me, but they definitely have more than 2. But I've only tried 2, the ones that I just mentioned, the Détente and Dermotonique. They're both amazing, but for some reason Détente is very hard to find. It's always like sold out everywhere, so I decided to try this one. But honestly, they're both so good. I would use either one of them and wouldn't really notice like any difference. This one is for toning and energizing, but they do smell a little bit different. I think Détente was more like medicinal, like herbally, like earthy kind of smell, and this one is a little bit more citrusy. It's good, but it's not something that's going to like always linger on your body, which is like a huge turn off for me. How I like to use this is in the shower. So after I shower, I either use a body butter or like a body cream or a body oil. And I told you guys I've used a lot of different body lotions and body butters and body creams in the past, and it's very hard for me to like find the perfect one. And it's the same situation with like body oils. I have tried so many different ones, but dare I say, this actually might be the best body oil. In the colder months, when it gets really dry, I like to use a thick body cream and like a body butter. But especially in the summertime, or if I'm just feeling lazy, I love using body oil. So right after you shower, while you're in the shower still, skip the towels and just put on body oil. Because of the moisture and the water that's still on your body, the oil will actually go on so much more smoothly, and you won't have to use as much product as you normally would on like a dry body. So using body oil as like my body like hydration, like moisturization, really cuts down my getting ready time by half, because I don't have to towel dry, I don't have to put on lotion. This is so quick and easy. But a lot of the body oils that I have used in the past, the hydration level is not good enough. Like the next day I wake up and my body's like still dry and it feels dry, whereas this one is so much more moisturizing. So I really had to mention this. And because I use this every day, it doesn't really last a long time, maybe a month and a half if I get lucky. Oh, but it is a spray. So you just like spray some, I smell it. It's a nice thick oil, but not too thick. It's just like the perfect balance. I love this. So that was it, you guys. Those were all my fall favorites that I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!